Okay. Hello. Good morning from New York City. What does it say if I don't really care that I look kind of like shit? Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Also, do I need to get on TikTok? I really don't want to. But okay, so I'm going to try. Well, first of all, this is Arusha from Push, a Cure fan documentary documenting my life as a Cure fan at this point. Um, So right now is just sort of a prep talk for the Hollywood Bowl. And what I did yesterday was I have all this footage from 2016, and I just wanted to make a little compilation video to put in the background of me talking to you. And it's kind of like, it's not that great, but I was like rushing through this footage just to get it out. And still, by rushing and doing like crappy pulls and edits, it took me 2 or 3 hours just to get that. Um, it's really a lot of work, and I'm not complaining, but I somehow wish that folks knew how much work it is for anybody, and that some people who can get it done quickly have a team, or maybe they have superpowers that I just don't have. But let's see what happens if I. Oh, look at that. Okay, so here we are. This is just going to be very simple fans. Or I wonder, because my face being so small is a little bit weird, isn't it? What if I did this and that? What if I did this? No. What if I did. Can I. A? Yeah, it's not going to let me. It's not going to let me do anything else. I'm trying to do A and B, bro. A. Oh, I see. And B. How about that? All right, that's a little bit better, right? So you can see me. Kind of wish there was like a rectangular view, right? But this is footage from 2016 that I took, just random stuff. I wanted to get the kind of like, I just wanted to shoot and shoot and shoot to sort of get footage so I could sort of replicate that beginning of what's it called, show in 1992 during tape when they're showing all the Cure fans, you know. And now 30 years later, that tape footage is vintage, and you really get a sense of the time period. So it's even more magical to just have those fans there. So that's what I was going to. But yeah, so I'm sitting here in New York City having total FOMO of Los Angeles. But I will be going live today later with Andy the Cure fan, I think, at his raffle, like getaway, giveaway stuff. And this guy, Hernan, who's on right now, that was magical. This guy that is talking right now, I met him. His name is Hernan, and no, it's not. His name is not Hernan. His name is Ruben. Oh my God, that's so embarrassing. So I met two people at the same time in 2000, Hernan and Ruben, and I always get their names confused, even though I've seen Ruben 1,000 times more than Hernan. So Ruben I met in 2000 in San Diego on the ground, like he was playing his guitar with a bunch of Cure fans, and he didn't know how he was going to get to the next show, but Cure fans pulled through with him. So that was in 2000. He was underage. He like quit his job at wherever, like Chuck E. Cheese or whatever it was, some shitty job. And he's been going to Cure shows ever since. So he will be on board with us, taking us to the Hollywood Bowl, which you can see right now. That is the outside perspective of the Hollywood Bowl, which is a really interesting venue. You know, And there's Aaron Law, who people on Twitter probably know. There's some feet. um, I think that was Aaron's first show of, traveling to see The Cure. I'm not totally sure on that. Maybe Aaron later can tell me. But there's Aaron and Tink has been to Cure shows since like 1970 something. And she will be at the Hollywood Bowl tonight. So anyway, I'm having FOMO. Is anybody out there who can tell me, are you having FOMO? Are you on? Is anybody listening? We're about a quarter of the way through the U.S. tour. And I don't know what my problem is, but I wish I could just go to every show and do everything and be everywhere, and have a camera attached to my neck at all times and make a living and pay rent. But I don't know how to do that yet. So they've been changing the set list every night, which I'm sure anybody who is watching this already knows. But how exciting is that? I just found something on Twitter of a fan who you hate. Oh, I got to ask the creamy one about the Hollywood Bowl in a second. Some fan had a Robert Smith doll last night, and he saw it, and somebody was filming this, right? So he saw it, and he's like, "Come on, give me the doll." So she tosses him the doll, and he holds it and says thank you. So I'm sure that fan is gonna fly away on cloud 9 with these memories forever. And then there's another fan named Annalise who felt like Robert was singing to her, and maybe he was, because I feel like a lot of musicians, they'll hone in on somebody in the audience to sing to or look at who's not creepy, right? Because we can be pretty creepy. If you can imagine being on stage and looking at all these people like, like singing along and not knowing the words. It must be kind of weird. So I'm sure that Robert looks at people, like hones in on people just to have like a focus of somebody that's not annoying. That's nice to look at. So the creamy one says, I hate the venue, Hollywood Bowl. Creamy one, why do you hate the Hollywood Bowl? Explain me. And for those, and I sympathize, because I don't like Madison Square Garden. Everybody's super excited about Madison Square Garden, and I don't understand. Every seat past the 50th row is a nosebleed. It's never loud enough there. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, so it is a massive venue. Although, if you flip the script a little bit, it is, a beautiful venue, like in and of itself. But it is massive, and so is Madison Square Garden. I mean, I think the issue that you're bringing up, though, is really more about just playing at a big venue, don't you think, Creamy One? I don't know. I mean, this tour is very hard because there are so few good seats, like what you're bringing up, because they're playing bigger and bigger and bigger venues. Now let's see if this video will rewind that I made. I hope so. I hope it just goes back into a loop. And Allison says, I definitely have FOMO, but looking forward to Seattle. So Allison, who lives in the UK, remind me where you live exactly, Allison. I mean, you don't need to give it away. God damn it. All right, I got to go back to see if I can, come on, play it again. Let's see, can I do it? Select A and play. Why won't it play? What if I do this? I'm learning. No. I want you to fucking play, dude. Oh, that sucks. Sorry while I have technical learning things. Emma Smith, who's no one. Um, huh. That's a shame. That is a fucking shame. I want you to play again, dude. All right. Well, that's a learning lesson. I have to fix that. So how do we just go back to? How do we just go back to me being the A cam and this being the B cam? That is so dumb. I'm so sorry. Fucking hell. Anyway, all right. Well, maybe that just means that I need to get going because I really wanted this to loop. So stupid. But this is learning curve. Okay, wait. Back to Creamy One. Every Seeds Past 50 wasn't designed for rock shows, though. Okay, all right. Yeah, that should have switched up and they should have switched it up and played SoFi, such an awesome stadium. Oh, it's a new stadium. I don't know anything about that. So yeah, Allison is in. She says she's in the middle of the UK in a place called Staffordshire. I wish I could get rid of this stupid square, but I can't. I don't want multi-view. I just want regular view. Anyway, we're gonna have to live with the square. We're gonna have to live with the square because this thing. I can't figure it out. But anyway, Allison is going to go to some of the other shows. Here's my spice rack in New York City. Can you stop being such a jerk? All right, I'm talking to myself as far as like the technical shit. Anyway, so I don't know what else, guys. And for the few people that are watching, what would you like? I'm over the Twilight Sad. They're not good. The guitarist is way too good for that band. Yeah, there's a lot. I don't know. That's a tough. That's a debate. Some people love the Twilight Sad, and some people love seeing both the Twilight Sad and the Cure because it's just become like what the Cure does. But I have to agree that I think it would be nice for the Cure to offer that seat to other people. Just like, sure wish I could get rid of that triangle, that rectangle. I do wish that they would give that opportunity to other artists. And I love the Twilight Sad as people and as a band. But clearly there's a reason that Robert and the Cure have chosen Twilight Sad, and maybe it's just companionship up on the road, and that he still really wants to support them. But Allison, like many people from Europe and all over the country, are coming to the States, and good on you for doing it. It's going to be an adventure. There's a guy that's over here right now from Argentina that is. I'm going to try to get him and David from Cure, or I mean David from Nothing. I'm not supposed to give away his name. I may have fucked up. There's the outside of New York. Anyway, if anyone has things that you want to talk about or things that you think would be interesting, even for future broadcasts, let me know because I've started a Patreon account, and it's not because, hello, Signor Leander Ferris Gaspard Pfaff. Did I say it right? I've started a Patreon account, not because I'm a greedy bastard, but because I'm terrible at making a living, and I'm very feral, and I just sort of want to live my life the most authentic way possible. So I get kind of reckless, and I do things like follow a band around, and I do things like announce that I'm making a movie when I don't have the funds to make a movie. I mean, I'm doing it. It is going to happen. The Cure fan documentary is happening, believe it or not. I do have producers working really hard with me right now. The band does know about the documentary, but it just takes a lot of money. But I'm babbling to just say that I opened up a Patreon account. If anyone has the means or the interest to support this goofy stuff that I do, because I have intentions to do stuff beyond the Cure, like when the Cure are not touring, like edit together things that either about the Cure, using my own footage, or going to visit things like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, or some landmark, some musical. Like it has to. My channel is all, my Patreon and whatever and YouTube channel is all going to be all about music. But all of those things, like editing stuff together, which is not like what I'm doing right now, which is showing you this rectangle and me. I mean, this is all on the fly. That stuff takes a lot of time and a lot of work. And I don't know. I'd like to be able to support myself and not have to do some crappy job which drains me of all my energy, which is really what a lot of us have to do, right? But that's part of the reason why the Cure fan documentary has not been done, because I've been like a normal person working. And then I got, thank you, Allison, so much. She says, I love you, have started the Patreon so people can support you. Yeah, and it's all, and I'm going to say too, it's also hard because everybody and their mother is like, GoFundMe, Patreon, do the thing, support, and everyone, and I'm sure people are like, Jesus Christ, I can't fucking help everybody. Anyway, I'm still going to be doing my YouTube channel for free as much as I can, but the more time I can spend on getting this craft better, like taking the time to figure out why this stupid triangle is there, the better it's going to be for you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to sign off. This is Rambly Roo. Hey! Maybe that's my new name. Hi, this is Rambly Roo coming from Brooklyn, New York. I'll be back later with Andy the Cure fan and Ruben from the Hollywood Bowl. Ciao for now. Stay tuned for later stuff.